Envision getting up tomorrow knowing that nothing could shake you. Not your associate's disposition, not your spilling over inbox, not even that individual who just cut you off in rush hour gridlock. Sounds incomprehensible, right? Well, a long time back, a gathering of old scholars broke the code to unfaltering harmony, and their arrangements are more important today than at any point. I'm not discussing a supernatural secret or a 10-step program that will channel your wallet. I'm discussing emotionlessness today. I will share 10 quotes that have the capacity to totally change how you view your life in the following couple of minutes. I will separate these 10 extraordinary statements and show you precisely how to apply them to your life. No puff, no muddled way of thinking, terms, simply common sense insight that you would be able to begin utilizing today to change how you handle all that life tosses in your course. We should jump in. Our most memorable statement is from Marcus Aurelius. Start every day by saying to yourself, Aurelius, start every day by saying to yourself, today I will experience individuals who are thankless, egotistical, underhanded, desirous, and threatening individuals. Have these qualities, since they don't comprehend what is great and what is terrible. Despite the fact that Marcus Aurelius was the most influential man in the Roman realm, he began every day by telling himself, you will meet some troublesome individuals today, and that is all right. This isn't negativity, it's reasonable hopefulness. He's not saying everybody will be troublesome yet, rather setting himself up for the unavoidable difficulties of human collaboration. This psychological structure does 3 strong things. First, it eliminates shock from negative collaborations when you're ready for trouble. It loses its ability to crash your day. It resembles wearing shield. The bolt could in any case come, yet it will not penetrate as profound. Second, it moves your viewpoint from responsive to proactive, rather than being surprised by somebody's way of behaving and responding genuinely. You've proactively made mental space to answer nicely. Third, it develops compassion by understanding that troublesome conduct frequently originates from obliviousness as opposed to perniciousness. You free yourself from the weight of taking things by and by. Think about it like this. If you saw somebody consuming their hand on the grounds that they didn't comprehend that fire was hot, you'd feel frustrated about their obliviousness. They may not have the foggiest idea about any better. However we do, our next quote is additionally from Aurelius, the span of an individual's life. Marcus Aurelius, the span of an individual's life is 1 minute. Is 1 minute what then might perhaps guide us only a certain something theory? From the outset, this may sound discouraging. A second is that, truth be told, all we get. Yet, Marcus Aurelius isn't attempting to deter us. He's contributing us a sort of freedom in vision, remaining on the edge of a tremendous gorge, out of nowhere, acknowledging how little you are. A great many people would feel unimportant, yet an emotionless would feel free, in light of the fact that when Aurelius says our life is 1 minute, he's not decreasing our reality, he's enticing us to wake up. We invest such a lot of energy stressing over things that won't make any difference in 7 days. That web-based entertainment contention or analysis that kept you up around evening time. Aurelius would look at these and say, don't burn through your time on these. Ponder how we commonly live. We are continually deferring. Satisfaction pushing bliss to some future date. I will be blissful when that's what I get. Advancement, I'll loosen up after this venture. In any case, Aurelius is saying, your life is a second, not tomorrow, not 1 year from now, right? Presently recollect, this was coming from a man who was, in a real sense, the most remarkable individual on the planet. At the time, he was driving a domain-managing war plague and consistent political interest. But he figured out that genuine power comes from figuring out the brevity of life. It's tied in with figuring out that each second is a chance to live with reason, with respect, with significance. Let way of thinking be your aid, not as a bunch of unbending principles, however, as an adaptable living way to deal with exploring the intricacy of human life. Getting back to Aurelius again, each and Marcus Aurelius. Every single hour decide to achieve the current matter. Consistently decide relentlessly as a Roman, and as a man to achieve the matter as of now, within reach, with veritable seriousness, cherishing care, free, furthermore, equity, and to furnish yourself with help from any remaining stresses. With this, Marcus Aurelius gives us a fight plan for day-to-day living. How about we separate what Aurelius is expressing? Word by word, decide relentlessly. This isn't about starry-eyed thinking or inspiration. This is about responsibility, about showing up completely, no matter. Aurelius is telling you, be holding nothing back. As a Roman and as a man, in Aurelius's time, being a Roman implied exemplifying certain temperances, discipline, honor, liability. What's more, taking care of business, yet about honesty, fortitude, and making the right decision. In any event, when it's troublesome, he's moving you to carry your very best self, to each single second achieve the matter. As of now, at hand, the number of us are continually living wherever, aside from the present second. Aurelius is saying, stop, be here. Presently certified gravity. This doesn't mean being inauspicious, or then again, stuffy. It implies treating each assignment with regard. Each activity is an open door to exhibit your character. Marcus Aurelius likewise said this. Marcus Aurelius, the people who don't follow the developments of their spirit will be despondent. Not effectively will you find an individual who is despondent because of obliviousness of what continues in someone else's spirit. However, the people who try not to follow the developments of their own soul will definitely be troubled from the get-go. This could appear like a complex philosophical explanation. However, Aurelius is offering something far more common sense. A guide to figuring out the genuine wellspring of human misery. The majority of us spend a staggering measure of energy stressing about others. We look at virtual entertainment, making elaborate accounts about others' encounters. We can't help thinking about what our partners truly ponder us. We fixate on how others see us. Yet here is the extreme truth. Aurelius is uncovering others' inward universes are not your concern. They're not the wellspring of your misery, the genuine wellspring of misery, your own unexamined internal scene. How long do you, as a matter of fact, spend understanding yourself? Not in a self-absorbed way, however in a profound, fair, contemplative way. When Aurelius talks about following the developments of your own spirit, he's not talking magically. He's discussing legit self-perception, grasping the reason why you respond the manner in which you do, why certain circumstances trigger you, why you make the decisions you make. Yet a great many people do the inverse. They're similar to a boat without a guide, threw about by outer breezes. They fault conditions, others, the economy, their manager, their accomplice, anybody, however. Themselves, and in doing as such, they stay ceaseless, despondent. Self-understanding isn't about self-judgment. It's about humane perception. On the off chance that this is your second, ask yourself insightfully, how might you live it to assist with noting that wheel Seneca? We experience more in creative mind than in actuality. Go to an alternate, unemotional thinker. Seneca, we experience more in creative mind than in reality. These words from Seneca may be the most impressive cure to nervousness. At any point, imagine the straightforward truth that has the possibility to change totally how we experience life. Shut your eyes briefly and ponder the last time you were really stressed. Possibilities are the situation you were envisioning was far more regrettable than what really happened. That work show you were unnerved by presumably went fine. That troublesome discussion you feared went out too. That's what be sensible. The well-being worry kept you up around evening time, frequently less horrendous than your brain anticipated. This is the guileful idea of human experiencing that Seneca saw. So significantly, our personalities are fantastic, narrating machines, and frequently horrible fiction essayists. We don't simply stress, we make whole devastating stories, complete with most pessimistic scenario situations, sensational outcomes, and close to home, destruction. And here's the kicker. These stories feel totally genuine to us, the best individuals you can consider. Don't prevail by getting incapacitated by fanciful situations. They've become amazing at isolating potential worries from real issues. They get ready, yet they don't catastrophize. Contemplate how much mental energy we squander on situations that never happen. Seneca is offering an extremist point of view. The vast majority of your enduring is a result of your creative mind, not your real conditions. Essentially, this implies getting yourself when you start catastrophizing, asking what's, as a matter of fact, happening right now. The truth is seldom as awful as we envision, and when difficulties do come, we're in many cases more skilled than we give ourselves credit. For Seneca likewise said, the best endowments of humankind are inside us. Endowments of humankind are inside us, and inside our arrive at a shrewd man is content with his parcel anything it could be without wanting for what he has not, in a world continually shouting that joy is only one buy-away, one advancement far off, one relationship eliminated. Seneca is saying something progressive. Joy isn't out there, it's in here, inside you, right now. Most individuals spend their whole lives on an interminable treadmill of needing more cash, better work, greater house fancier. The fact that contentment makes vehicle us informed something to be pursued, procured, accomplished. Seneca says, stop, look inside. The best favors are inside us. This is a fight. Tried knowledge from a man who'd seen the most elevated and least extra dreams of human experience. He was a rationalist legislator who prompted heads may do monstrous abundance, endure political interest, and comprehended human instinct at its most complex. His contribution, a pragmatic reasoning, the capacity to pick your reaction, the ability to discover a sense of reconciliation despite conditions, the solidarity to keep up with your trustworthiness when everything around you is disarray. I see, in a world that continually tells you you're insufficient. Seneca is saying you have the capacities, you just need to utilize them. Seneca likewise said, it is Seneca. It isn't so much that we make some short memories to live, yet that we squander a great deal of it. Not that we make some short memories to live, however, that we squander a great deal of it. These words are a reminder to each individual who's always whined about not having sufficient time. You should be serious, I use. How long have you spent looking over thoughtlessly through friendly media? The number of nights that have vanished into Netflix gorges. The number of discussions have you had that additional, literally nothing to your life. Time is the most uniform asset we have. Extremely rich people and road sellers, the same get precisely 24 hours. The president and the mailman, the VIP and the understudy. Every one of us has something similar. 1,440 minutes, each and every day. The contrast how we decide to spend them. A great many people don't oversee time. They let time oversee them. They float, they respond, they fill their hours with exercises that don't contribute anything to their development, their motivation, or their satisfaction. Seneca would take a gander at our current universe of consistent interruption and shake his head. We've turned time squandering into an artistic expression. Yet here's the freeing part of Seneca's knowledge. This is a decision. Fooling around isn't something that happens to you. It's something you do consider how we ordinarily think. Our time squandering, I'm simply loosening up. We say yet evident unwinding isn't thoughtless utilizations. It's deliberate rebuilding. There's really no need to focus on killing time. It's tied in with living, Time isn't a sustainable asset. Once a second is no more, it's gone perpetually. You can't arrange Epictetus. Hardships show which men are. With time, you can't store it. You can't purchase a greater amount of it. You can pick how you use it, right? Presently, for our last three statements, we go to our last scholar, Epicus. Troubles show which men are. Epicus said, like a metalworker's hammer molding metal. Challenges shape who we become. Yet this makes this understanding so strong it totally flips our ordinary perspective on challenges, potential gain. Down, contemplate the last time you confronted a significant test. Perhaps it was losing a work, managing a well-being emergency, or exploring a troublesome relationship. In those minutes, you most likely found out more about yourself than you did during years of going great. That is precisely the exact thing. This immortal, indifferent insight is pointing to a large portion of us spend our lives attempting to keep away from troubles. We long for that ideal work where everything goes flawlessly, that relationship without clashes, that life without snags. Yet the Stoics got it. Something significant in existence without challenges is preposterous, assuming we need to work on our life. There should be some consider a competitor. They don't get more grounded by lifting loads that vibe. Simple. They get more grounded by reliably pushing against obstruction that challenges them. Our personality works the same way. Those troublesome discussions you really want to have. They're fabricating your boldness. That project that appears unthinkably mind-boggling. It's fostering your critical thinking abilities. That misfortune that feels like disappointment. It's assisting with educating you. The way out on the grounds that challenges don't simply uncover who we are, they uncover who we decide to be. The inquiry isn't whether we'll confront challenges that is ensured. The inquiry is the ticket. Will we use them? Epicus additionally said, it's not what works out. Epictetus. It isn't what befalls you yet, the way in which you respond to it that is important in which you respond to it that matters in a world fixated on controlling outer conditions. Epicus offers us a new methodology. Think about your last terrible day. Perhaps your PC crashed during a significant show. Somebody condemned your work or your arrangements went off track by startling occasions. What, truth be told, made it a terrible day? Was it the occasions themselves or your response to them? Straightforward yet significant knowledge from Epicus slices directly to the core of the enduring we cause ourselves. We frequently empty our energy into attempting to control things. We just can't. Others' viewpoints, the climate, traffic, innovation misfires, or incalculable other outside occasions. However, while we're caught up with facing these unwinnable conflicts, we ignore the one thing we really can control, our reaction. Consider two individuals confronting the same circumstance. Their flight gets dropped. The primary individual ends up being furious, grumbles uproariously, and lets this occasion ruin their whole day. The subsequent individual acknowledges what is going on, utilizes the opportunity to get up to speed with perusing, and perhaps makes a few fascinating associations with individual abandoned voyagers. Same occasion, decisively. Various encounters, all due to their response. You don't have to change the world around you to change your experience of life. You simply have to change your reaction to it. Our last statement is likewise from Epicus, a writer of the joke, "No man is free who isn't expert of Epictetus. No man is free who isn't expert of himself." Himself, ask yourself, what does it mean to be free in our cutting-edge world? We frequently consider opportunity in outside terms, the capacity to go where we need, get out, whatever we need, pick our vocation, or purchase what we want. Yet this antiquated insight focuses to a more profound truth. Genuine opportunity starts inside. Ponder somebody who appears to have all the outer opportunity in the world. Perhaps they're well off, fruitful. What's more, can travel any place they need yet. In the event that they have zero control over their attitude, aren't they actually subjugated to their outrage on the off chance that they're dependent on friendly media, continually looking at their preferences? Furthermore, remarks, are they truly free if they're driven by the need to intrigue others, continuously purchasing things they don't need with cash they don't have? Aren't they detainees of their own want? This is where dominance of your inward life becomes vital. Genuine opportunity isn't about the shortfall of outer requirements, since imperatives will continuously be there. It's about fostering the inside solidarity to pick our reactions, deal with our feelings. Furthermore, direct our activities as indicated by our esteems as opposed to our motivations. Think about your own insight. Have you at any point expressed something out of frustration that you later lamented? Have you, of all time, procrastinated on something significant, realizing you ought to get it done, yet feeling unfit to make yourself start in those minutes, notwithstanding having the outside opportunity to act? You weren't really free since you weren't expert of yourself. The way to discipline includes creating command more than three key regions: our contemplations, our feelings, and our activities. It's tied in with having the option to stop prior to responding to pick our reaction, instead of being driven by motivation, and to act as indicated by our qualities rather than our flitting wants. Think about it like driving a vehicle. Genuine opportunity isn't tied in with eliminating the directing haggle. The vehicle go any place it needs that would prompt tumult, and in the long run, an accident. Valid opportunity comes from having full control over the guiding wheel, so you can pick where to go and how to arrive. This dominance of self isn't something we accomplish once and are finished with. It's a persistent practice. Every day brings new challenges, new enticements, new chances to either be constrained by our motivations or to practice our opportunity through wise decision. Yet with each little triumph, with every second we pick our reaction instead of respond. Consequently, we become somewhat more free. In the end, the best opportunity isn't the capacity to do anything we desire. It's the capacity to do what we know we ought to. In any event, when we don't feel like it, that is the opportunity the Stoics guaranteed us. And that is the opportunity we look for when we set their standards in motion. As conclusion, we close. Recall that these weren't intended to be taking off words for a confidential diary. This is viable guidance. Genuine strength isn't tied in with keeping away from troublesome individuals or circumstances. It's turning around them head on with figuring out arrangement and the insight that emotionlessness shows us. You have the brain of a hero and you are free to use it. Presently, get out there and put this intelligence to work. Assuming these antiquated bits of knowledge reverberated with you, share them with somebody who's battling with troublesome individuals or circumstances. At last, remember to buy in.